Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anis Amini binti Azlin. My matric number is 2019-380-155.
My name is Farah Hazwani binti Muhammad Azmi. My matric number is 2019-730-261.
My name is Aida Adriana Badrusha binti Zainuddin. My matric number is 2019-768-191.
Okay, I would like to explain about the introduction part of this task. Firstly is this subject IMD 222, which is stated for technical support and maintenance for information agencies, has many things to remember, such as which is the software, what is the hardware. So people will have problem to determine which part is the right one. So basically, if we just click to an old-fashioned study such as just depend on lecture and notes, we will not be able to understand whether we truly understand well the chapter or not. So by introduce our quizzes to students, so they will be more understand which part is the right one, which part is motherboard, which part is software, which part is hardware. So we need to come up with modern technology education such as quizzes in order to have exercise or exposure to the student for understand well in their subject.
So here I would like to state two major problems that students had in this PC maintenance for information agency subject. The first problem is students had a hard time to understand each of this chapter. For example, in chapter 1, there are one subtopic about major component. In major component, they had 5 elements, that is processing, communication, electrical system, firmware and setup, and temporary storage. Each of these elements have their own component. Student need to remember the shape of the component, the advantages of the component. So student had a hard time to understand and to identify the difference between all the components. The next major problem is less practical classes. In the subject, students much more prefer for practical classes because they have a chance to touch the component that have been taught in each of the subject. But in our crisis right now, in COVID-19 crisis right now, university couldn't provide practical classes for students, so they need to figure out their own how to understand more in this subject. From the problem that I have stated, me and my group come with one solution, that is provide a quiz for them to understand the hardware component in this subject. So here is the screen record of this quiz that we have made. So in each quiz, in each question, we provide some images to help students recognize or get a clue what is the answer for. And we have separate this quiz to our classes group and to our batchmate group in WhatsApp. And from there we can see the response of student that this is helping them on understand the component of the hardware.
Okay, so right now I'm gonna explain number 4 and 5, which is uniqueness and commercialization potential. For uniqueness, because our product has no expiring date, student can access our product anytime. as they want, whether they want to answer it a day or at night. So it's up to them. And also, student can answer our question many times as there's no limit for student to answer. So if students are not satisfied with their score, they can answer it again until they're satisfied with the score that they get. For number 5, which is commercialization potential, we have decided to commercial our product to information student and computer science in UiTM Kedah by giving a QR code to them. We will sending a broadcast message to UiTM Kedah group WhatsApp, and if they are interested, they can scan our QR code to answer the question. So that's all for explanation for uniqueness and commercialization potential. Thank you.
As the conclusion, we use this kind of method to help people to understand well in their subject. If the people use our method, they will at least understand about the basic knowledge of basic concept of computer maintenance. We also can enhance student knowledge more about software and hardware. By doing this method, we also can improve critical thinking and enhance creative solution in order to fulfill our objective of this task. Lastly, we have many methods that we can use to make students understand things, but we think quizzes will more help the student to know about how questions that they need to answer in final exam. So, we also provide the answer in the quizzes so the student can look back or can take the question twice so they will more understand and not feeling hesitant to answer in their final exam. So that's all from us. Thank you.